The following program has been rated GE by the Kenya Film Classification Board. It is therefore suitable for general family viewing.
Hello viewer, welcome to Chungu Jamii. I'm your host Eunice Mugo. Today on the show we are talking about single parenting. Are you a single parent? How are you parenting your children? What are the challenges, the struggles, the happy moments, the sad moments? Send in your question, your comments across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. I'm not alone. I have guests with me who are going to tell us their journey on single parenting, and I will allow them to introduce themselves. Welcome, guests, starting with you.
My name is Carol. Thank you for having me.
Welcome on the show, Carol, and to you.
Hello viewers, my name is Faith and I'm happy to be here.
Welcome on the show, Faith.
Thank you.
It's good to have you back again, ladies. And with the discussion that we had previously, it was very interesting. And we left it at Carol telling us about her daughter.
Yes.
And how also the son is. Please tell us more.
Okay, about my daughter, we're to talk about how she's having daddy issues. And so to introduce my daughter, she's a girl who when she was around 6 months, she was diagnosed with a condition called cerebral palsy. I've been working with her. She's better now. She's doing everything on her own. But now she's about to turn 9 years. I said I have an upcoming teenager. With girls, they start by 8 years. Okay. So this girl, I've walked the journey of going for therapy. Then, as I said, I'm a single mother. So also, meaning I'm not with a dad. Yes. So the co-parenting has not been really very smooth, but it is there. So the only issue I find with my daughter, science says that daughters are always for their dads. So currently, I think from around 7 years, I started seeing it, but I didn't think it would be so major like I'm feeling right now. So my girl, at least a day does not pass without her calling daddy. Something small, you want to reprimand her, daddy, I'll tell daddy. Everything, call daddy, tell daddy. Sometimes maybe you don't have really enough cash, maybe she's demanding for something. She'll tell you, you don't have, call daddy. So you find that it is something that is affecting her, because even in school, they are taught a full family of my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad. So when this gap comes, you find that it is also torturing the girl. Then I'm like, as a parent, as a mother, what do I do? It will force you now to reach out to this person so that he comes in, or you'll want to send your child, you'll want to create a relationship whereby there's a smooth and amicable communication where you and the father can come together and see how to be present in the child, so that to help her to get to terms that in as much as my dad and my mom are not together, I am enjoying my life as a child from both parents. So this is the challenge I'm bringing out, that children are affected, especially girls, when the two partners cannot cooperate and then be there equally present for these girls, because they're really, as science says, that therefore fathers, it is really affecting my girl. But I'm a person who is learning mind education. So many times I get to also seek advice from those who've been parents before. And also, like I said, my mentors, they tell me what to do. Even when I'm so angry at the partner, I don't want anything to do or talk, I find myself coming down and reaching out in a smooth way. Then I find it working.
Interesting. So, from what I'm gathering from you, Carol, is that if you're to compare, in as much as parents do not compare, if you're to compare your son and your daughter in terms of daddy issue, your daughter is more demanding and expecting so much of you to push you to an extent you have to be in constant communication with the dad.
Yes. That one I realized I have no option because it is her. The best. So many times, sorry to say this, maybe someday you will come to see this. Sometimes I just have to lower myself so much. I'm sorry for some ladies can't go that far because their friends, I have friends, when I tell them they also have issues, I tell them, do this, just be stupid to that person. You know who you want to help. The victim is not you. For him, for them, they may feel like, this lady is here and they are following me. But as a mother, we sacrifice. Like there's a story in the Bible, a mother, two mothers, the children, a child died. And then there was a case before the king. The king used wisdom. And the mother also had to lower herself and she said, don't let the child live. So for me, I also want my child to live well, to belong. So there are stupid things I do, and then I'm like, I lower myself so much, and then I'm like, also when I talk to my mentors, they give me the image of Jesus Christ. It was Mickey. When he was reviled, he never reviled. So when I remember that, and then I say, so what? As long as my daughter is gaining. So as a mother, a single mother who wants to bring up a child who can enjoy the presence of the father, I go low so much.
A question. This one may be more personal because before I get to Faith. Scientifically, we're told that when you want to instill things like moral values, discipline, and everything, you can do it up to the age of 8 to 10 years.
Yes.
That is when a child can take any change, child can take a lot of things because he or she is being molded at that particular time. Is there any one time you sit and see and look and say, I'm not going to do what you want, I'll just do what I think is right for you, for her?
You're talking about no discipline.
No, not in terms of discipline per se. I'm saying in regards to where you're saying you level so low to give her the best. It's true, as a mother, that's what you're supposed to do. But my question is, if you're going to build her to be her in a span of 0 to 10 years, is this not the time where if she's crying so much for these things and is like having the daddy issues, as you're saying, and you're like standing your ground and saying, no, no, no. What makes you change from that no, 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 or not implement the no, no, no?
Okay. For the daddy issues, I'm talking about now, for her to enjoy the presence of the dad. Maybe I want the dad to call and talk to her. Maybe she wants to talk to the dad. So maybe sometimes the dad does not overcome me. Like he's not, maybe he's bitter or anything. So okay, there are times we collide. We are separate ways, but we still collide.
In that case of colliding, my question is coming from there. Now we are colliding. You don't want to talk to me. You even don't want you don't like looking at it from this perspective. We have collided. We're not in talking terms. But yet again, your daughter wants you to be the one to call. Are you just going to give him the phone? Yeah, dial, talk.
My girl.
Yes. Ama, in this sense of saying, I'm saying, now that you're having issues, right? And your daughter wants to talk to the father. Is there a time that you feel like, and you like stand your ground and you say like, today you're not going to talk to him? Whether you do tantrums, whether you do what, today is a no. You're not going to talk to him.
Okay, there, I normally take time. When she's throwing the tantrums, I just tell her, continue crying. Crying is normal. Whatever you want, you'll find it, but later, not right now. Okay, when it comes to strictness and discipline, she knows, like if I start counting 1 to 3, then I've always made it like 5 to continuous, it is I have to cane. So with the boundaries, I have boundaries with her. The only thing that I'm yet working on it is now this issue of daddy. She really calls daddy until I'm like, "Oh, where is this daddy? I wish this daddy was even somewhere. I'm sorry. Sometimes you are like, if the daddy was dead, I'm sorry, everybody will die. We are all going to die. So me, as it is, I don't fear death. I think I've experienced it. Now I have acknowledged death, that it is God who put it there. So if I'm saying, I'm giving an example, please take me not wrong and say like, I wish people to die. No, that is not what I mean. So I'm saying, I have seen where daddies are dead or partners are dead. When you tell a child, my brother passed on in 2020, he left a daughter. This daughter doesn't have daddy issues because she knows my daddy passed on. So she doesn't have it at all. She already has that understanding that my daddy is not there. But where the daddy is and is not present as he should, children are psychologically affected. So you, the partner who has this child, you're the one in problem because the child is projecting into you. And then, so this forces you to go low, because whom are you looking, what do you want to achieve?
But there should be a dialogue between the two of you so that you don't feel like you're going too low.
I do put, it's crazy with African men. I don't know about English people. I've not dealt with them, maybe those who have. But no, I've seen a lady who has white daddies, and when she says things, I'm like, So there's that, I don't know, it's just, let me call grace. For two to understand each other, unless you have a flow of the heart, when one goes low, and then you are able to bring the other one also low a little, because I do that a lot, and then I see how it works for the baby, also for me. So I'm saying the daughters, it's a crazy issue. So me, as with the fear of God and having the mentors, I get to overcome it because it is a continuous thing. So I get to overcome it whenever the daughter wants the dad. I have to go low. Many times, that's something I've learned, then I have accepted now. For the time being, until my daughter is going to understand, because it is not going to be forever. After maybe, when she'll be 18 years, they will be talking, maybe 17, 16, they will be talking. Like my son now, they communicate with their dad. In as much as he has the issue that why is it that my mom and dad could not be together, but I've set them free, they talk. You see?
Without you monitoring.
Yes.
Interesting. Faith, coming to you. How is it for you? You're a mother of boys. Boys are always protectors of their mother.
I know.
How is it for you? As a single parent, you said you're open for marriage. You're a family person. You're a marriage person.
I know.
Yeah? What happens when you're relating with your sons, especially the teenage one, because he's in a more understanding position? Is he like, given that he has seen you as a single parent, he has seen you go through the relationship that did not work, and now again back to square one. How is it for him? Is he open
For marriage?
for you to be with someone else, or is he with the masculinity of protecting you and saying like, before he comes, you have to scrutinize him?
Okay. Watching him grow up, he grew up. He's also like a family man, if I can call it that. He wants that complete family. So when he was growing up, he would always ask me, "Mom, why don't we have a dad?" and all that. So finally, when I got married, he was very happy. I told you. And then when he saw what was happening, I had to sit him down and tell him, "I don't think this is going to work because of this and this." And he was actually, my son is very understanding. I don't know, when you raise a man alone, I don't know how become so like mature. See, he's very mature for his age, and he understands. So he was very open for that. And now we talk. I told you we talk a lot, and he's very open for marriage, and he believes that I'm going to get a best man who will be the best daddy for all of them. And he's also very open for that. He's also very open for, like, he tells me he's never going to take any woman through what he has seen me go through. So he has taken my life as a learning ground for him. He wouldn't want, he have gone to bed hungry. He has seen me go to bed hungry while I'm pregnant, you see. So he doesn't want that. So he's very open for a complete family. He's very open for marriage. He's very open for a happy family.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you taken him for counseling in the sense of many a times when you listen to Carol, the fears that she had with the first child, bringing up a son in this community, what are people going to say? Now it has happened again, bringing up a daughter, what will people say? In this essence, what am I trying to say is the counseling, whereby for Carol, he was like afraid of history repeating itself. So in this case of your son, the counseling part, whereby we do not have history repeating itself, where he'll be like, you know, we say we grow immune of what we cannot change to an extent that we see in a lifestyle. So where kwenda kulala njaa, it's kawaida. There are those people who see it as normal, whereby if we eat today, it's grace. If we see food today, we are like fighting for it. But us staying hungry is normal, order of the day. So for him, have you taken him through the counseling session, the talking session, and you're like, the way you're talking and you're sure that, not sure, but at least certain and comfortable to say, with him, history is not going to repeat itself?
I'm that mother. I grew up with a mother who was not there. I told you I grew up in a ghetto, and you know ghetto life. It's like song to song, life goes on, right? You know, but I want to be a different mother. I want to be a different woman in the society. I don't want my children to go through what I went through. I don't want to neglect my children. In as much as I'm alone, in as much as I'm struggling to raise them, I don't want them to feel like my mom is not there for me. You see, my mom never, okay, I don't want to say never cared, but when you are in a ghetto, life is hard. So parents think I must work to provide, so they are not present. Like when it came to school, my mom just paid school fees, bought school books, bought school uniform, but was never there to see what you are doing in school. So you see, hata ukirarua makaratasi kwa kitabu, it never bothered her. Whether you do your homework, never bothered her. And yani, it's like she wasn't there. You know what I mean? When she wasn't there. So with my children, I want to be that present mother. I want to know what my son is doing in school. I want to encourage my son. You see, I told you I wanted to be a lawyer. And I'm very bright. But now my mom took me to journalism simply because she was a pastor and said lawyers are thieves, lawyers are liars, you're going to collide with criminals and all that. So I'm an understanding mother. I want to help my son become what he wants to become. So based on your question, what am I doing, or have I taken him for counseling so that history does not repeat itself? I'm working on that. I've been present in my son's life. I told you I share with him my lifestyle. I have shared with him what premarital sex can do, unwanted pregnancies, early pregnancies and all that. And that is where now you see you are subjecting someone to be a single parent. The children are going to be hungry and all that. So we have talked about it. He knows. And I have encouraged him. I always tell him, learn with my life. I always tell him, I don't want you to learn with anyone, just learn with me. I'm giving you my life, learn with it. Are you happy when you go hungry? No. Are you happy when you sleep hungry? No. So I don't want you to work for me. I don't want you to work hard for me. I want you to work hard for your children. Right now, he has a scholarship with Equity because he scored more than 350. He's in Embu, Kangaroo School, an extra county. So his education, he's focusing. I have pushed him with the help of God. I want a bright future for him. And I always tell him, it is not because of me. It is not for me, it is for you and your children. I don't want you to wake up one day, you don't have rent, you're struggling where you're going to place your family, or you don't have money in your account because maybe you don't have a good paying job or anything, and then your children are going to be hungry again. So I always tell him, I don't want what I have gone through with you. I don't want to see either of my children go through that. So we are working on that road, and he's okay with it. Yeah.
I want us to take a short break, but also to dwell on you further. This is the teenage boy that we are talking about. What about the younger one? Not the smallest, but there's
the
someone.
4-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah. He's 4 years?
Yeah.
Ah. Does he even understand what is going on, Mama?
He does.
He's just
He's very
joyriding.
bright. He's very bright. And
I'd want you to talk about that, him being bright and understanding, because as African parents, tunasemanga watoto hawaelewi
hey,
anything.
mine.
Yeah?
That one.
Tunasemanga watoto
one is
hawaelewi
fire.
anything. It's shocker to us when you see a 1-year-old understanding.
He understands.
Even when you're pregnant, your baby in the womb understands when you're going through stress, when you're happy, when you're crying, they do understand. I think parents, or not rather mothers, we experience this firsthand from the time one is pregnant. A viewer, I hope you're learning as much as I am. Send in your question, your comments across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. We'll be back shortly.